Deceived and divided. Hi, my name's Dave, and welcome to my daily journey through the Daily Stoic. 366 meditations on wisdom, perseverance, and the art of living by Ryan Holiday and Stephen Hasselman. If you enjoy Stoic content, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. And also for self-improvement stuff too. Today is April 3rd. Deceived and divided. Quote, circumstances are what deceives us. You must be discerning in them. We embrace evil before good. We desire the opposite of what we once desired. Our prayers are at war with our prayers, our plans with our plans. SENECA, Moral Letters, 45.6. A woman says that she wants to meet a nice guy and get married, yet she spends all her time around jerks. A man says he wishes that he could find a great job, but he actually hasn't bothered to do any looking. Business executives try to pursue two different strategies at the same time. Straddling, it's called, and they are shocked when they succeed at neither. All of these people, just as is often true for us, are deceived and divided, one hand working against the other. As Martin Luther King Jr. once put it, quote, there is something of a civil war going on within all of our lives, end quote. A war inside each individual puts the good parts of their soul and the bad. Stoics say that the war is usually a result of our conflicting desires, our screwed up judgments, or our biased thoughts. We don't stop and ask, okay, what do I really want? What am I actually after here? If we did, we'd notice the contradictory and inconsistent wishes that we have. Then we'd stop working against ourselves. Ooh, deceived and divided. Yeah, I think this one is a really powerful reading today. Because like so many times I know in my own life where I've complained about my job, but I haven't actually gone to look for another one. Like, say they don't want to date, but actually didn't didn't take any action on dating, right? And it's this idea that we're not lining up our desires and our thoughts and everything based on our values. We're like, oh, on a whim, I'm just going here, and then wondering why it didn't work out or why we're unhappy in that situation. It's recognizing those circumstances as they come up. And it's a really powerful question that they say there at the end there. Okay, what do I really want? What am I actually after? Recognizing what you actually want, and what you want will change. This is why having a purpose, value set, and goals, a value set of what you kind of believe in, what your purpose is, where you want to go, so that you have that direction. Because if you're aimless, you're like, oh, I kind of want this, and then this, and that, and you're all over the place, and then you actually don't accomplish anything. Like the businessmen trying two strategies at the same time, splitting their focus, and neither of them working. So recognizing that, it comes down to, is it our biased thoughts, our what we actually want. Taking that time, almost even on a daily basis. Like I have on my laptop, I've got a little vision board that, has kind of my mission's purpose and some of my goals written on there, so I can see it every day. So I can continue to align what I'm doing towards where I want to go. So I can continue, everything now has a purpose and a reason why I'm going towards it. The current thing I kind of do for money is I work as a butcher. Don't necessarily like the job, but I do find ways to make it enjoyable. And I recognize that, at some point I'm going to want to make that change. And this is a temporary thing. Is it working towards my goals? And one of my goals is to get on YouTube, start making more videos, work on my coaching business. So, in the off time that I have, I wake up early in the mornings and I make these videos. I put in that little extra effort in other parts of the day so that I can eventually reach those goals. So I don't go complaining about, oh, the bush, all right, okay, you don't want to do that anymore. Then you got to make your coaching business work. You got to make YouTube work. You got to get what you want if you want to make it, you got to put in the effort and the energy. And, sitting around and complaining about it is just going to put you at war with yourself. And that kind of it's the conflictingness and that conflict and the war inside. So one of the techniques that I use to help me kind of figure out what do I want, one, having a coach or a mentor definitely helps. That's someone to kind of shoot off of, and also someone who has what I want, and I ask them how they got it. Number two is daily journaling, right? If I'm not exactly sure what I want, so I do 3 pages of just stream of conscious writing. And when I go back through it, and I don't like to write, so sometimes I do it as voice notes or as even little videos. And I'll go back and I watch, or I'll listen to it, or I'll reread what I put down there. And when I start to do that consistently over a few days or months at a time, patterns emerge. The same thing that I'm complaining about, the same annoyances will start popping up, or the same desires start popping up. I'm like, okay, if that's what I'm kind of constantly complaining about and writing about, am I working towards that? Am I actually building towards the thing I want to build towards? Or am I just living myself in conflict and constant, sometimes it takes that awareness to recognize, okay, hey, you know what? I need to make a change. And making change is scary, right? Like, especially if you get comfortable at something, but you're not happy with it, it's scary. The unknown is scary. But when you kind of realize your purpose and your value and where you want to go and what you actually want to accomplish, everything else kind of becomes clear, because then there becomes your measuring stick. Is this helping me reach my goal? Is this helping me reach my purpose or not? And I walked away from jobs like, all right, this is not helping me reach my purpose, or this is not the direction I wish to go. And realigning myself towards that kind of vision of what I want to accomplish. Here, I'll put it out here. Like, my goal, what I want to accomplish this year by doing these video a day, is to get more comfortable on camera, to be able to produce not just Stoic content, but more of my coaching content, putting out my story, my message, and be able to help other men to achieve a spiritual balance and to be able to become men in this day and age. To learn, to help men grow, especially ADHD men, to learn to master their ADHD, to learn how to become a spiritual gentleman, to learn to have that balance and those internal values and everything else, the things that we can control to build stronger men in society, in for themselves, to help them reach their goals, dreams, and desires, so that they're no longer in conflict, so that they grow up from so to essentially almost even grow up, right? In the sense of where I felt for many years as an adult male that I was still just a kid trapped in a man's body. And even that, my body, I always thought, I was like, oh, I'm still just a kid, even just grown up at almost, and now I'm 40, and it's only in the last decade have I really kind of decided on which direction I want to go and how I want to help. And I also recognize too that goal may change in 10 years, but then don't worry about the goal in 10 years. Worry about the today, just for today. How am I achieving that purpose and vision of being able to put out my message, become an amazing coach, and to help as many men as possible? And this is why I'm thinking about going back to school to become a psychologist or a psychotherapist. Because my goal and one of my value sets through my whole entire life, from being a chef and everything else, from doing all this kind of work on myself, I recognize one of my big through lines in my life is service, being of service to others. So in any way that, if I can do something that aligns with that, and I work really well with others, I'm able to give great advice, and I really enjoy it. I hosted last night for the men's ADHD support group. Last minute, the guy was like, hey, can you host the meeting? And one of the admins there, I haven't been active, and I was so excited to do it, because I recognize that's the thing that fills my cup. That's the thing that I go into it, and at the end, I'm excited for it. I have more energy than I went in. And they're in the States, and I live in Ireland, so that's at 11 p.m. I'm willing to stay up, do the thing, until 1 in the morning and still get up at 5:30 and make this video. Because it's all in line with the purpose of service of what I want to actually accomplish in my life. So asking yourself, what do you want? And are you willing to take the actions to get it? So I'm curious, tell me, what do you want? What are the actions you're taking to get that? Are you in conflict, or do you have that kind of, what's your mission purpose? What do you, like for me, if my goal is to help and serve men to reach a better understanding of their internal selves so they can accomplish their dreams, goals, and desires. What's yours? I would love to know in the comments below. That's all I got for this video. Don't forget to check out other daily Stoic videos somewhere over here, or some of my other content. Don't forget to, if you're not subscribed, hit that subscribe button. Throw me a thumbs up if you like it. Throw me a thumbs down if you don't. Love to know what your thoughts are in those comments below. Really helps with the algorithm. If you made it this far, thank you so much. I'll see you tomorrow, and I wish you a great, if not better, day.